So here we go. We're going to do something different. Like we're going to do this together. We're going to practice this together. This is an awesome thing. Remember we talked about last week, we talked about a lot of things, you know, about how, when, and why, and where it comes up with, we even talked about when you have a phobia and how to desensitize yourself. And that is just one step at a time. You just one step at a time, maybe a day every now and then when you feel like, make sure you, as a matter of fact, if you can make sure about once a week, to maybe once a day, if you can think about that problem, think about that thing that concerns you, that scares you. And if it's spiders, don't go try to find a spider and pick it up. But ask God to reveal to you why you're scared of spiders. Have you ever noticed sometimes when people get angry or when they lose it, even though they might be 40 or 50 years old, they act like they're 10. You ever seen somebody like that? They act like they're 10? You know why they act like they're 10? It's because something happened when they were about around that age and they never dealt with it. And so now, when no matter how old they are, mentally they go back, their reactions are of a 10-year-old.
That's why I don't like to go to dentist offices. I have a horrible remembrance of a 6-year-old in the dentist office.
Okay, well, okay. What I'm saying is, so if you know somebody like that, matter of fact, if you're like that, what I want you to do is I want you to ask God, ask the Holy Spirit, show me what it was when I was, you know, whatever age it was, show it to me, and help me to put it on the table. And us, you and me, God, deal with it. And you'll see it will come out a whole lot better. All right, here we go. This last night, church phobias, no longer terribly afraid. Do you have a persistent irrational fear that won't go away? It's excessive out of proportion to the actual degree of threat, and it's affecting every area of your life, curtailing your activities and suffocating your joy. God wants to empower you to move from the pandemonium of panic to peace. And it says in Isaiah 41:10, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So here's how you exchange panic for peace. All right, here's what we're going to do tonight. I want you to think about a situation that you really don't like to be around and it causes you to panic. All right? And that's one of us have those situations where we may have, it might not necessarily be a phobia, but it still bothers you to the point that it brings you to panic. Do not raise your hand and say what it is. I just want you to think about it because I'm going to show you how to move from panic to peace. All right? And the way we do it is, we're going to use Psalm 23. The Lord wants to lead you out of fear and into faith and trusting His strong, protective hand rather than flimsy refuge of your fear line ditch wall. Remember talking about ditch walls? The path to recovery begins with focusing on the Lord rather than the object of your fear. Then peace, not panic, will rule your life. So here it is. I'm going to read it. First, I want to read it a few different versions of it. I just love different versions of Psalm 23. All right. Well, that's get over to Psalm 23. Electronics are cool, but they are aggravating. Okay.
Especially when you get smart.
All right.
And Job and Proverbs.
Okay. So now, this is from the Message. God, my shepherd, I don't need a thing. You have bedded me down in lush meadows. You find me quiet pools to drink from, true to your word. You let me catch my breath. You send me in the right direction. You let me catch my breath. Wow. Have you ever you're so panicky that you can't even breathe. You find yourself just, He lets you catch your breath. Matter of fact, here's what I want y'all to do right now. And if you're thinking about that thing that really brings panic to you, here's what I want you to do. You're thinking about that. Maybe it's just a situation you're going through right now. Here's what I want you to do. With me, I want you to breathe in through your nose deeply, the duration I do, and then hold it. And take your hand once you hold it. Once you catch your breath, hold it in. I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I want you to release it slowly through your mouth. Okay? It'll bring your blood pressure down. It will help get blood to your system, to your brain. it'll help get oxygen to you so you can actually just chill. So watch this now. I'm going to do it once just to show you, then we're going to do it together. Ready? I'm in a situation that's really bothering me. Maybe I'm at court, waiting to go into court. Or maybe I'm getting ready to go into a surgical room. I'm getting ready to be operated on. That's what happened when I was being operated on. Or I'm getting ready to watch my loved one be operated on. Or the worst feeling in the world, the worst feeling I ever had up to that point was going in the funeral home and seeing my mama in that coffin for the first time. Okay? And so before I went in, I did this. Here's what y'all got to do. Watch. Do it with me. Ready? I do it several times. So I'm ready to do it again. Ready? Go. With me now. Ready? Bet you feel calmer already. Don't you? Yeah, it'll help your headache. It'll help your headache, it'll help your blood pressure. If you're not able to breathe, it'll help you to breathe. That, honestly, because you're putting you're sending oxygen right straight. I mean, you're sending oxygen right straight to you, okay? So look, you help me catch my breath and send me in the right direction. Even when the way goes through the valley, the death valley, I'm not afraid when you walk at my side. Your trusty shepherd's crook makes me feel secure. You serve me a 6-course dinner right in front of my enemies. You revive my drooping head. My cup brims with blessing. Your beauty and love chase after me every day of my life. I'm back home in the house of God for the rest of my life. And that's the Message version of Psalm 23. And of course, I want to read another version. And this here is the New Living Translation. The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need. Wow. We got all we need. And he's going to talk about it right here. He lets me rest in green meadows. He leads me beside peaceful streams. He renews my strength. He guides me along right paths, bringing honor to his name. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. You prepare a feast for me in the presence of my enemies. You honor me by anointing my head with oil. My cup overflows with blessings. Surely your goodness and unfailing love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So now, let's go ahead and look now. We got the King James Version up here. You watch this. Again, we're going to do some exercises, and I want you to literally do these exercises. If you're in my office and you're saying, I can't stand it, something's got me tore up, and I would walk with you through this, but instead of walking through you individually, we're walking through all together. All right? And I do this stuff myself. This is not just something I tell people to do. I do it myself. Okay? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in want. That's not the King James Version, but that's fine.
Okay, that's what I was looking at.
That's not the King James Version. I'm sorry.
I want to check.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in want. Inside, I had so many copies of different versions. I was just, okay. What looked good is what I put down there.
I thought King James said, I shall not want, not be in want.
Right, that's right. You're right, you're correct. All right, the Lord's my shepherd, and I appreciate you checking me on that. That's awesome. Thank you. That's impressive.
King James Version of the Bible there, but it's a song book.
Well, it's probably the same in the song book too, but there you go. Because it's in the song book somewhere. All right, ready? The Lord's my shepherd. This is putting it in easier words. I shall not be in want. Imagine a grassy pasture in which the Lord is with you. I remember as a little boy living in Merritt, we had several acres of grass, a grassy pasture. Had four heifers in there. And I remember sometimes, and even in the wintertime when it was straw, I would love just to go out there sometimes and just lay in it. And you couldn't see anything around you. All you could see was the sky. When you laid in that pasture, guess what? It cut off all the distractions. Because all you could see was that high grass. In the wintertime, all you could see was the straw. And at nighttime, all you could see was the straw. Was the stars. Yeah. So can you imagine God taking you and you're getting ready, like I said, you're getting ready to go to the nursing home to see somebody, you're going to go to the funeral home, you're going to go to the hospital, you're getting ready to have to handle something you didn't want to handle, and so you just sit back for a minute, you do your breathing exercises. After you do the breathing exercises, you take Psalm 23, and this is something, you can put it in your Bible, but you don't have to even have it. All you do is know this. Remember this. Imagine the green, grassy pasture, because, see, that's what they want you to have. Something that's going to be supportive to you and give you strength and energy. A grassy pasture. Slowly say 5 times, the Lord is my shepherd. But here's how I want you to do it. Each time you say it, I want you to highlight a different word. Like this. The Lord is my shepherd. 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 The Lord is my shepherd.
Awesome.
Awesome. Now think about it. You're maxed out. You're trying to breathe. You're getting all anxious because of what's going on around you or because of the situation. And you go, wait a minute. He's already got this covered. He's already got this. And so now, I'm gonna imagine that grassy pasture. I'm going to think about the time when I was 10, 12, 13 years old, looking up with the grass all around me, and just looking up and seeing the clouds and the clouds in the daytime, or the stars at night. Not worrying about all the things around me. It was just always so peaceful. And even if it was so cold, I couldn't stand to be out there. I put my hood on and still lay down there, just to feel the comfort of that peace.